Welcome back to another reaction for the Ramparts of Ice, episode 8. Totally forgot. Okay.
何これ。待って、誰がやったか証拠ないし、こんなことするな。
I mean, doesn't matter. You just go off on someone you believe it was, and you set an example.
あたがわしかいないって。あたがわ。あ？ゴミはゴミ箱へって小学校で習わなかった？ミキ。何の話？しらけんな。話して。私は気づいていなかった。なんで走らないの？
いや、ミキは取れるかもだけど。
そうじゃなくて、取れなかったのと諦めるのは違うじゃん。
Okay, this is before she injured herself. Okay. I'm guessing this is her understanding that not everyone is trying to give it 100%.
違うじゃん。自分が思っていることをはっきり伝えることが誰かにとっては苦痛になっていたことも。疲れてるだけいいじゃん。贅沢だよ。大事な友達を傷つけていたことも。
Now, that still, I feel like, doesn't count. You did not really push her into the relationship, and you definitely were not the one hurting her. You didn't know that it would end badly at the time, so that definitely was not your fault.
喋れば喋るほど、動けば動くほど、どんどん空回っていた。余計なことは喋らない、騒がない、叫ばない、人を傷つけない。よし。ねえ。
How long did this? Oh, right. It seems like we are going to, or everyone is going to uncover her real side. You know, faking it just to be accepted by a bunch of people, is that really useful?
次の移動一緒に行かない？はい。やったー。高校からは間違えないようにしようと気をつけていたら、クラスにすごい可愛い子いるなってずっと思ってたんだ。怖いくらいにうまくいきすぎてしまった。あ、そうだ、つーくん今度映画出るの。
漫画の実写化だっけ？
何の？私漫画は結構読むよ。じゃあ知ってるかな？恋のひまわりを君に100本。
Yeah. Just find some friends that are willing to accept you, right? You have a little group. Is that not enough?
100本は多くない？
I mean, if you are not interested in JoJo, then you are not interested in it. That's fine. Not everyone has to.
うすうす気づいてたけど、好きなものが違いすぎる。
うん、わかった。じゃあね。
よだー、聞いて。バイクそろそろ返そう。
おお、おめでとう。
あったかくなったらどっか行きたい。
ああ、俺渓谷とか行きたいかも。
You see how happy she is whenever she is able to be herself.
最高。
最初は近めで景色のいいとこがいいよね。
陽太が毎日一緒にいてくれたらいいのに。
Oh, sometimes it takes a while to get my brain up to speed again. Yuta likes her, right? I mean, he would be willing to go that extra step, and he would be willing to spend every day with you. But you probably do not mean it like... It goes back to what you were saying, not to say everything she wants to say. If she would have done this here, it would have been better.
何の話？
おやほー、みなと。あったかくなったら遠出したいって話。
何それ？楽しいやつじゃん。ごめん、先輩からだ。ちょっと外すね。
じゃあ私も行くわ。
ミキ、待って。さ、氷川さんってどんな人？
はい。今度はどういう？
いや、普通に友達になりたいんだけど。
I'm guessing this is before they became closer friends, right?
なんかこう、好きなものとか嫌いなものとか。
大丈夫、なれるなれる。自然体っていうかま。
That is an interesting piece of advice you are giving there, right? Just be yourself. You're getting there. There's no reason to change, right?
要は真心が大事みたいな。
抽象的。
なんか今すごくなかった？島逆のワンシーンかと思った。
待ってよ。ミキ。
It's not even close to that.
みなと。ねえねえ、ミキちゃんってさ、雨宮くんとどういう関係？さっきすごいいい感じだったから。さっき？いや、そういうんじゃ。でもそれを言ったら日野くんとかも仲いいよね。確かにたまに話してるの見るし。ミキちゃんはどっちが本命なの？そういうんじゃないから。いや本当に普通に友達だから。なんかごめんね。男子と喋ってた時はもっと機嫌良かったくせにね。なんでちょっと会話しただけであんな風に言われるの
？I'm still not sure if she is interested in Minato or not. But this seems like she's not really interested in any of the guys. Because they are friends, right?
二人に申し訳なさすぎる。中学の時は誰からも何も言われなかったのに。
あずみは性別間違えてるよな。
女扱いされてなかったからか。私はただ高校は失敗したくないだけなのに。なんで？可愛いからもう女の子扱いから盛り出ししたい。
I want to break free from being cute and being a girl, really? I mean, just because you are not acting like a typical girl does not mean you are not a girl, right?
お疲れ様です。
And being seen as a girl is only really important if you want to be romantically involved with someone. If not, it doesn't really matter.
ミッキー、あったかいものでも飲まない？
Interesting companions.
私、女の子って感じのグループにすごく緊張しちゃうんですよね。昔から刺したりとか苦手で。
Where are you working here? Oh, Dream Burger. Yeah. I totally
す
forgot.
ごく緊張しちゃうんですよね。昔から刺したりとか苦手で、直接はっきり言われたい派なんですけど、中学それで失敗しちゃって、で未だにさじ加減がわからないまま高校で猫かぶりまくってたら後戻りできなくなっちゃったっていうか、あと私可愛いよりもかっこいいって言われたい。
めっちゃ重大。
忘れていた感覚で胸が苦しい。
真剣な悩みなんですけど。
まあさ、学生のうちはどうしても狭い世界で生きなきゃいけないからしんどいよね。
でも大人になればその辺選択の自由があるから楽しいよ。
兄さん
握力やば。
マジでやばいじゃん。
いやー、ほんとミッキーみたいな子クラスにいたら絶対楽しいわ。
いや、私学校じゃこういうノリじゃないんで。
ミッキちゃん？それ本当？
うん。
I mean, anime logic, I mean storytelling generally, it can go two ways. It can go the way of, oh, we don't want to interact with her anymore because, oh no, she's someone totally different, which I don't feel like is how this would go. I rather feel like that everyone is going to be like, we like you this way as well. Because it's not like she is unlikable whenever she doesn't act cute and girly. She may be a little bit too upfront, but it seems like more fun being around or to be around whenever she doesn't have to act.
そういえばミキちゃんって自分の話あんまりしないよね。
私さ、塾にミキちゃんと同じ出身の友達いて、空気読まないとか性格きついとか、女の子に殴りかかってガラス割ったとか言ってたんだよね。
いや、さすがに嘘でしょ。ミキちゃん腕に傷跡あるよ。おはよう。
I mean, does it matter that she tried to punish someone? The question is why. Right? That would be always my question. It wouldn't be what the outcome was. The question is, how did it come to that? Because there are many reasons to be physical against someone. Now, not all of them are what I would consider good reasons. But there are some where I'm like, okay, totally understandable.
あの日違和感を覚えてから。昨日つーくんがゲストで出てて、あ、トーク番組のあれは可愛かったでしょ。あ、それ私も見た。みんなから距離を取られている気がする。気にしすぎ、勘違い、どうとでも片付けられそうな些細なことだけど、前例があるから確信してしまう。
I don't know how this works, but if they don't want to be around you, then you go be around someone who does. Right?
なんでこんな気づきたくないことには気づけちゃうんだろう。でも原因はそういうんじゃないから。言い方がきつかったから、それか気づかないうちにまた無神経なことを。
すんごい悩むね。チャオ。
みなと。
ん？
まあびっくりするじゃん。
Understandable. He wants to tease her because he knows what reaction he's getting, and then they can play around with that. They know each other for quite a while. So he did not expect that he was her relief in this situation. Because she's not struggling choosing a drink, she's struggling with social interactions, which here she doesn't have to mince her words, she doesn't have to hide.
で、どれで迷ってるの？カレー？青汁？おそうか。
いやもうオレンジジュース買ったし。
じゃあコイントスして表がカレー、裏が青汁ね。
だからオレンジあるってもう。
あ、ストロー全部入っちゃった。
なんで伸ばさず入れてんの？
ぽやぽやしすぎ。
ぽやぽや？
楽しいな。落ち着くな。教室戻りたくないな。このまま二人と一緒にいたい。
ミキ。
お前はほんと目離すとすぐこれだよ。
あずみさん困ってんだろ。
いや
はいはいねえあずみごめん迷惑おかけしました。
男子には男子のコミュニティがあって、やっぱり私はどこにも
Do we still have another friend you can hang around with?
属せない。
Right?
ミキ。夜連絡する。じゃあ後で。
わざわざうちの方まで来なくてもよかったのに。
バイクだとすぐだよ。ミキもそのうち気軽に遠くへ行けるようになるよ。ツーリング楽しみだね。
ヨータ優しすぎるよ。
俺は普通だよ。
私また失敗しちゃったみたい。高校からは変わりたくて結構頑張ってたんだけど。
I mean, you did. You were successful. However, I feel like you were too successful. You know, this is mentally exhausting. It was just a matter of time until it blew up. Now, the question is, are the people around you willing to accept you the way you are or not? And you can't really do stuff. You can't really do much for that. Whenever there's break, go to Yota, go to Minato, go to someone else. Go to people who accept you. That is the only thing you can do.
やっぱダメなんだね。
It's going to be mentally
ミキ
better
が
for you.
頑張ってたのは知ってるよ。コユンもミナトも俺もミキのことちゃんと知ってる。ちゃんと知ってて一緒にいたいと思ってるよ。
私ね、どんどん自分がわからなくなってて。ヨタ、ありがとう。大好き。
You can't say that. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't say that. You should be. I mean, this is now on Yota to understand what she means. She doesn't mean it that way, even though you want it to be that way. It is just, hey, we are good friends.
ヨタと友達になれて本当によかった。
俺も大好き。
Okay. Interesting, two different dice keys. Which I am surprised, I have to admit, that he was saying it as well. I wanted to comment that it is far more acceptable for a girl to say that than for a boy. At least from like shows and stuff. It feels like whenever a girl says that, it's like, okay, it's like as a friend. But whenever a boy says, I love you, in like the friend style, that never really comes up because men are not really wired that way, right? It's a lot rare. But okay, he did say it back. Probably meant it differently, but fair enough.
縁切れば。
ちょっと。だって理由も言わずに酒出して多数が一人をのけ者にして一人で人を嫌いになれないような人たちと関わる必要。
I mean, I assume Koyun and, you know, as introverted people, we do understand each other a little bit. He's saying more or less the same. Just go to someone who is accepting you. Forget about them.
ある。いや違う。ごめん、私の伝え方が悪かった。コユンがそんなに怒るとは。怒るでしょ。そりゃ。違うの。みんな超いい子たちなの。私。
I mean, if they are nice, if they were nice people, they would first accept you. Second, just tell you what is wrong. If they were really nice people, they would tell you, I'm sorry, but we can't be friends with you. It doesn't really matter what reason, essentially. But that is what I would say a good person would do instead of just leaving you on red, essentially.
楽しめてないだけで。いいところなんて誰にだってあるよ。一緒にいて苦しいのに、でもいいところもあるからとか、あの時力になってくれたからとか、そうやってその人の一部にしがみついてたら、どんどん自分を消費していくだけだよ。そんなミキ、私は見てられない。あ、ミキ、前に自分の気持ちがわからないって言ってたよね。私もそう思ったことがあったんだけど、今は一日のことを思い返した時に、今日は楽しかったな、いい日だったなって心からちゃんと思えたら、その日の自分は心を開いていたんだと思う。ミキは誰といる時の自分が好き？自分が自分でいられない場所に居続けるのは辛いよ。もう無理しないで。
I mean, she's definitely saying it a lot better than I would ever be able to do that.
中学の頃、王を壊す側だった私が、高校に入ってから必要とされて人をつなぐことができて、嘘みたいだった。嘘でも偽りの自分でも守りたいと思った。けど、コユン、私、みんなと仲直りしたい。え？今の話聞いてね、思った。やっぱり私は人が好き。今のクラスもみんなのことも好き。ただずっと自分を偽ってるから仲良くなりきれなかった。
I feel like she can't understand any of that. Because that feels probably like a foreign concept to her.
やり直したい。仲直りしたい。ミキ、すごすぎる。
ミキちゃん来なかったね。
What do you mean? You are actively working against her. And I feel like it's not even that you are trying to be against her. You can't just be upfront about anything. I mean, it's Japan. What do you expect? Be like, just ask her. You know, what about I saw you in the evening? What was that? What about you trying to in middle school the stuff? You know.
私プリン買ってくるね。
プリン？
ごめんなさい。
いえいえ。
I don't like him being here. He's like, he wants to solve problems.
ミキの友達だよね。マリちゃん、ムーコちゃん、メイちゃん。
なんで名前？
教えてもらったことあるから。俺も友達。みんなの話もいろいろ聞いてるよ。甘いもの好きでしょ。前ミキがいろいろ調べたりしてたからさ。
前行ったお店、もしかして。
てっきり悪いこと言われてたのかと思っちゃった。
なんで？
I also do not understand why you would think that. I just don't. It's a very egocentric way of seeing the world. Because, I mean, this is, again, with whenever you grow older, people don't really care much about you. At least not enough to have you on their mind 24/7. And she also is not really interacting with a lot of other people.
ミキが友達の陰口叩くわけないじゃん。言ってたことある？
ないかも。
でしょ。ところでムーコのムーって何？
北村のムー。
原型ないじゃん。でもやっとすっきりした。
なんかフレンドリーな人だったね。
He is a sociable guy. I mean, that is his strong point. He just really sucks interacting with Koyun. Because the normal stuff he's doing doesn't work. And sometimes he can't pick up on social cues.
ミキちゃん。
放課後ちょっと話がしたい。最近みんな私のことあまりよく思ってなかったよね。ごめんね。正直まだ何が嫌だったのかちゃんと分かってないんだけど、嫌われるのも仲良くなるのもやっぱ本当の自分がいいなって。私実は
Throw it past actually a criminal? I don't want to be around you. Where is this coming from? You heard one rumor she wanted to punch one person. And you believe she's a delinquent or something? It's one instance. It's not... If it was multiple instances, you could maybe have a point. But once is like, there are, again, many reasons why.
高校デビューなの。みんなが言うような可愛い女の子でもないし、アイドルなんてほど遠いの。座ってる時に足開くし、扉は足で閉めるし、ハンカチ忘れて手を振ってごまかすし、プリント後ろから回収する時に腕の汗で髪がシワシワすぎてめちゃくちゃ焦るような、そういう人間なの。だから私の本当の性格とか好きなものとか知られたら嫌われるかもなんて考えちゃって、自分を偽ってずっとみんなを騙してました。ごめんなさい。私この前ミキちゃんが学校じゃこんなノリじゃないって話してるの聞いちゃって、本当は仲良くしたくもないのに一緒にいたのかななんて。それは違うよ。私が勝手に自分に制限かけて自滅してただけで。
私はただ仲良くなりたかっただけ。その制限をかけさせてたのは私たちだよね。ごめんね。そんなことないよ。
私もごめん。ミキちゃんが中学の頃喧嘩してガラス割ったって。
I mean, that's not really a rumor.
噂真に受けたりして。
ごめん、それは本当。待って、断じて不良だったとかではなく、ガラスは割ったけど、あれは事故みたいなもので。
And I'm guessing our boys are looking through the window and are like, happy, right?
ミキ、今帰んの？遅いね。
ちょっといろいろ喋ってて。
ね
あの後プリン変えた？
みんなと何したの？あなた何の後？
なんでそうなんの？
逃げー！
落ち着いて。バリア、三角バリア。
何？三根バリアとは卑怯なり。
三角コンをそんな略し方する人初めて見た。
なんかミキちゃんってあんな面白い感じなんだね。
Exactly. I feel like her real persona is so much better to be around. Also, I mean, because of European culture, it is a lot less roundabout. It is a lot more upfront. And I do prefer people who are honest. Now, that is going to be uncomfortable at times. If someone is upfront with you. Because they're going to say stuff you may have not, you may not know, you may not have thought about. But I feel like that is better than never really getting told these things, because if you never get told something, you cannot change it. There are many, I mean, this is in like school days, whenever we, you know, whenever you grow up, there's a lot of stuff you don't want to do. Something that happened pretty regularly, where people who didn't want to brush their teeth, and you could be roundabout and never really address it, but then they are never going to be understanding, hey, I should brush my teeth so that it doesn't smell bad when I talk to people. And I feel like that is a better approach. Again, it's going to be uncomfortable, especially because a lot of people grew up without that. So it's a pretty big difference to have someone be roundabout, not really addressing stuff, to someone being like, hey, your haircut looks ass, as example. But then at least you know what you are about. And you can be countering and be like, hey, I don't want to change that. I like my haircut. Okay?
コユン、今日はありがとう。仲直りしたよ。これからはありのままのミキちゃんでいきます。しょ少しずつでもゆっくりでもミキが今より楽しめるようになればいいな。
いやー、
What the fuck? Why are you blonde?
ご心配おかけしました。
いや、急ハンドル切りすぎ。
Is it Latin blonde?
アイドル業はもういいの？
廃業です。イエーイ。てかアイドル受けるんだけど。
よかったね、ミキ。
Yeah, I mean, it has to be so mentally exhausting, always having like a fake persona going on. Now, whenever you grow up, it is a lot easier to have something like that because after like work, you can relax. You then have time where you can be whoever you want. And sometimes you compensate. You know, on at work time you are like professional, and off work time you do all kinds of crazy stuff. So you can have a good balance. But as a teenager, you don't really have the option for that. You don't have the ability and probably money to do that. So it's going to be very exhausting. And in the end, it doesn't really help you much, right?
はいこれ去年の学年末テストもらったやつ。
雨宮くんありがとう。
いやって何、アイス悪くない俺。
この問題習ってなくない？
これはね、この式を使ってその後こっちの式に。
Stop trying to ship people. Come on. They are all in this. God damn it. Because Yota likes Mickey. Mickey does not seem to be really romantically interested in anyone. So I clocked that wrongly, I guess. But now you have our girl who wants to support these two. You have Minato who probably would do the same or help in the same way, but he seems to be interested in our girl, maybe.
なんかやった気がする。
For fuck's sake. He's now assuming that she likes you, and Mika assumes that he likes. Oh, fuck's sake.
ちょっと飲み物買ってくる。
はーい。
Maybe you should get a drink too?
私も行ってくる。
お、うん。
Totally understandable his reaction, because he knows what she's doing. He knows that she's only doing that because she wants to give them a little bit time. But he doesn't really want that.
Good luck. 雨宮くん、私も行く。
そう。
Hmm? Now here's the big problem that because if Kuyun would be able to talk to Minato about Yota and Miku, is her name Miku? Who cares? Then we would have like these two at least trying to be on the same side. But at the moment, he believes that she likes Yota, which makes him miffed because he likes Yurun. For fuck's sake, names. You know, but this is going to be very complicated, I feel like, because we know that Mika is also seeing all of this happening and she's trying to ship them. Don't ship people. Just let them be.
どうしよう。少し機嫌悪い。これ一人になりたかった感じなんじゃ。
Also, I don't understand why he is so miffed. Because she went to get a drink with him instead of staying with Yota should make him a little bit more happy, right?
なんで
寒。
So both of them are like, she's like, why is he mad? Did he want to be alone? And he's like, why is she here? Didn't she want to be with Yota again? So at the moment it looks like we have Yota and Mika, and Yurun and Minato. Those are the pairings we have at the moment. I feel like we are going to have to go back to her middle school relationship to see what really happened. Right? This is going to come up again. The guy's going to probably have another game and they're going to meet and stuff is going to happen, right? Apart from that, I mean, we have uncovered Minato more or less. We have seen Yota, we have seen Miku now, and all of these characters seem to be somewhat resolved. I mean, maybe Minato is going to come up again. Yota could be like maybe trying another conversation that he's like, hey, don't make it so obvious and I don't need your help kind of thing. But I feel like Yurun and her past is what we are going to focus on next. We have all characters more or less resolved for the time being. And then we may be able to go into some kind of romance. At the moment, it's very complicated. Everyone is shipping everyone with everyone. It's very weird. Okay. At least Mika is now able to be herself. And again, I feel like she's a lot more fun to be around in this way. She is full of energy. She's nice. It's nice to have her around. She's just seems like a very good person, and you know what you are, where you are at with her. So whenever something is wrong, or you are doing something, or maybe maybe your outfit doesn't look good, she's going to tell you, and that is going to be very helpful. I feel like.